Hey y'all, welcome back to the kitchen. I'm going to do a casserole for you this afternoon that we're going to have for supper, and I think it's one that you'll enjoy. I have a friend, and faithfully, week after week, when April was at her worst, going through her cancer, Wilma would make casseroles, 3 casseroles a week, and freeze them for me to take to April, and she could just pop them in the oven. And this recipe was one of the favorites, and it's pesto chicken penny casserole, and it's made with penny pasta and quite a few other ingredients, but I wanted to share it with y'all because it's delicious and April's family enjoyed it so much. I'll bring y'all over to the butcher block and show you how it's all put together, and you'll have a new casserole that's absolutely wonderful and easy to make. Now the recipe calls for a 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, and I don't have any, so I'm using some dimes, and I'm just going to, I've already done it a little bit, but I'm going to do a little bit more on them. Well, if I can get this on right. If you don't have crushed tomatoes, you can just whiz them in your processor for a few minutes, and that makes the same difference. So this calls for a 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. And I'm going to go ahead and get them in my bowl. And it calls for 15 ounces of pesto sauce. And so this is a one I got from Costco, and it's like 22 ounces. So I'm just going to guesstimate here. Mix that together. And then we're going to put a jar of Alfredo sauce in. See if we can get all the goodie out. Miss June's singing to me. She's heated and ready to cook. Okay, I'm going to need 1.5 cups of milk, so I'm going to put it in my Alfredo jar and shake it up where I can be sure that I get all the goodie out. It calls for 3 cups of grated cheese. I think that's what was left in here, but I'm going to kind of measure to be sure. It just smells good already, and I hadn't really done anything. I think it's that pesto sauce that I'm smelling. I love basil. Okay, I'm going to mix this a little bit. Then you add your chicken, and I need to add the milk and my penny pasta, and then we're going to bake it. So when you make it, you could divide this into 2 or 3 pans and freeze it separately, and have you several meals. So this is my 1.5 cups of milk that I shook around in here to get all the goodie out of this jar. Let me stir this up some. I'm using chicken that I had boiled and frozen, and it takes 3 cups of cooked chicken. So I've got it in the pot thawing. So in just a minute I'll get it in here and add the pasta and get it baking. Okay, my chicken has thawed, and I'll get it in there. The pasta has cooked for 11 minutes. And I had it draining. So there it is. Let's get it stirred up together here. I'll finish stirring it up and then I'll get my pan ready and bring y'all back. Okay, y'all, I've got it all mixed up, and I did spray my baking pan with Pam. This is a bowl full, let me tell you. What Wilma would do, she would get those, it's like a deep 9x13 throwaway foil pans. She'd get them at Sam's or Costco, and then she would put wax paper on top of the food to keep the foil from being against the food, or saran wrap, and she would write the directions on there, how long to bake it, and then she would cover it in foil and freeze it. And it had the instructions right there. All April had to do was read them, take that saran wrap off, and follow those instructions and bake the casserole. Now the last thing we do, it called for a half a cup of grated fresh Parmesan cheese and half a cup of seasoned breadcrumbs in 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And you just take these and you sprinkle them over the top. How easy is that? Now I've got the June oven hot, and I'm going to put it in there for 45 minutes, and I'll bring y'all back and let you see what it looks like. Okay, here's the casserole out of the oven, and it smells wonderful. My grandson came in and said, "Man, what is that I smell? It smells good. I'm starving." So we're fixing to eat here shortly. Here's a portion of the casserole plated up, ready to feed that hungry grandson. And I put a few green onions on the top just to make it look prettier. Tastes delicious. I wish y'all could smell my kitchen. It sure does smell inviting. This is a wonderful casserole recipe, and I told you in the beginning it freezes really well, so you could portion it up. You could get those little bitty tart, looks like little miniature pie pans, throw away, and put it in individual servings, and then just pull it out as needed from the freezer, heat it in the oven, and it's ready to go. I hope y'all enjoy this. I hope you try it. Put it in your rotation for your casseroles, for your meals. If you only cook on the weekend, then you've got a good one. Get you a salad, and you've got a casserole to go with it. The good Lord bless and keep y'all. Come back in a day or two and we'll have something good. In the meantime, please share the videos with your friends on your social media. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like if you like the video, or if you want to put this recipe into your like folder where you can just go back to it without having to scroll to hunt it. And hit that bell so you'll be notified when I put another video up. The Lord bless and keep y'all. I'll see you soon.